Hola.
Welcome to WagerTalk Today, the gold standard of sports betting shows where we talk the talk and walk the walk. NBA postseason is here. Notice I didn't say playoffs. NBA postseason is here. We got to talk a little bit about that. We've got MLB. We've got free plays in MLB and NBA for everybody. So we got a nice day on $5 Tuesday day. Hope everyone is having a good day. Dan, the good news for you is your Phillies bats came alive
Yeah, that's good news.
Way.
That's good news, Andy.
Bad
the
news,
Phillies bats came alive.
Bad news is we liked the under in that game. How are you today?
I mean, Andy, it's why I have a hat on that says the lacrosse network, not the baseball network. But obviously in MLB season, this is going to happen. You know what I mean? You like to fade the conventional thought. That was the thought process. Hey, Phillies bats, they've been fine, but they've left everyone stranded on base. Same thing with the Cubs. Well, no one was left stranded on base last night. I mean, obviously, yes, there were spots, but yeah, I think it was 13 runs and then a push late. So 20 runs. That's right, Anthony. There was just another run scored right now. So our man Eric needs to come into the chat in victory lap because he told everyone, don't bet this play. Do not bet the play that Dan is giving you. Bet the over. And I messaged him and I was like, Eric, why do you like the over, buddy? He goes, just a feeling. Well, his feeling was right.
Is that what he said? Feeling, just a feeling? He actually said just a feeling.
Okay. And now he's saying, hey, the sweep is incoming for the Phils against the Cubs. So if the luck continues for our man Eric, or the good picking continues, not to besmirch his selection there, maybe take the Phils here to win the series or just win the next two games, do a little mechanical parlay. But Andy, I will not be giving you the Wager Talk Today play of the day. Andy's got a team total for you, and I like this one quite a bit. So I'll be looking to win back my small little wager on this one. What else we have on the show for you, folks? Ross Benjamin is coming on. Andy alluded to it. The postseason in the NBA is nigh. One of the absolute best MLB bettors we have at Wager Talk is going to give you best bets on both of the play-in games here tonight. He's also got client plays loaded. We'll talk about how you can save money on those. And then Drew Martin's got the bailout special for you, folks. Rangers and the A's, Mets and Dodgers, two breakdowns coming in that. Andy's going to take you all around the world, get you some player props as well. So, Andy, we are loaded on a day when you can buy plays for just $5. Because it is, Andy, $5 Tuesday.
Oh, you can't set it up and not play the video.
That was on me.
You teased
Andy,
me.
it is $5 Tuesday.
Are you not entertained?
Oh, they love it when I turn off the bass.
Are you not entertained?
My $5 Tuesday, my $5 Tuesday setup was as good as my under Phillies pick yesterday. So only up to go here, folks. Only up to go.
All good. You want to do the play of the day now?
I say yeah. Let's grab the free play for the folks so we can get the stank out, and then we'll get to Ross. Ross is going to break down both of the games. He's in the play-in that's going tonight. So Andy, yeah, why don't you break down the Wager Talk Today play of the day?
All right, we're moving to a team total here, and we're going with the Detroit Tigers over 3.5. They get a really good matchup here. Reagans has been shelled twice this year, and both of those were on the road. He didn't even make it out of the first inning in the last game. At home, he had a pretty decent start, so we like fading this guy on the road. Great weather for the hitters. Looks like it's going to be warm, just a slight little breeze. And the Tigers are 4-2 to the over on this total at home. So we're looking at the Detroit Tigers. I was surprised with the pitcher matchup that they were at 4.5. We noticed yesterday the Dodgers were 4.5 on the team total. They get 4 early and the game ends 4-0. So if you had like over 4.5, you're just like, are you kidding? How did we not get there? So Detroit Tigers over 3.5, reasonable juice as well. All right,
let's do it.
Yeah, let's bring in Ross the boss, and then we'll go over some baseball stats and other things. Ross, show everyone the what you're wearing.
Yeah, show the swag.
There it is.
Show the swag. There it is.
Guys, it's all about the crest.
Got a kid. How are you? How are your feelings coming into this?
going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing with house money is how I feel about it. I mean, this is a team that hasn't made the playoffs in 15 years, and they snuck up on everybody. Not only made the playoffs, but won the division. And probably top to bottom, the best division in all of hockey if you look at the standings. So I think they could beat anybody in the East. Now they could also be knocked out in the first round. I mean, if they go against Boston, you got Jeremy Swayman, goaltender for Boston, who is capable of not only stealing a game, stealing a series. So, but I still like our chances against Boston. I like our chances against Boston in the first round a lot better than Ottawa. I think Ottawa is a scary team, guys, going into the NHL playoffs. So keep an eye on them at long shot numbers. I think they're going to give Carolina all they can handle if they finished in the number 8 seed. And I think that not only all they can handle, but they're very capable of winning that series.
Love it. Love it. I'm a Buffalo Sabres fan now. I don't have a hockey team, so I'm going to adopt Buffalo for you and Carm.
And Andy, Buffalo was one of the 4 teams, according to Yanni, has this guy who helps him out with his power rankings. And he said there's 4 teams that can win the cup this year. Sabres were right there at the top. So the power rankings for these,
you're going to get a good number on that too, Dan. You're going to get plus 2,000 on that. So
wow,
ain't bad. That's
plus
ridiculous.
850 to win the East and come out of the East, and plus 2,000 to win it all. I mean, you put plus 850, you make both of those bets, and then you could hedge, a little bit too, if they got to the finals. So,
all right. Well, let's talk. Yeah, let's talk a little NBA here. We got the play-in games tonight. We'll start with the East, and then we'll move to the West. We got the Charlotte Hornets and the Miami Heat. Charlotte coming in 6-point favorite, over under 229.5. Interested in your take on this game. This Hornets team's been a revelation this year, and the Miami Heat just floundering, just treading water, not coming in with much momentum. And man, I find it hard to lay these kind of points against an Eric Spoelstra coach team. So I'm interested how you're attacking this game tonight.
I have the same mindset as you, Andy, in terms of game 1 of this series, in terms of being hesitant to back Charlotte because of the playoff history of Eric Spoelstra. But these teams have met 4 times this year, and all 4 of those games went over the total. And the average total in those 4 games that these teams met, 235.4, which is considerably higher than I saw 228.5 earlier. It might have moved to 229.5, like Andy alluded to. That's fine as well. But still, that's an adjustment. And, in those 4 games that went over, not only was the total 235.4, which is a lot higher, the average points per game combined 246.3. And then you look at the combined field goal attempts in those games, there was an average of 190 field goal attempts per game in those 4 contests. So, yeah, I mean, that's nothing new for Miami because they play at a very fast tempo. And if you look at the tempo rankings in the NBA, they're in the top 3, and they have been all season long. And also the Heat come in having gone 5-1 to the over in their last 6, 12-3 to the over in their last 15, and 16-4 to the over in their last 20. Charlotte, on the other hand, great 3-point shooting team, number 3 in the NBA. Knocking down 37.8% of their long-distance attempts. And they're also number 3 in the NBA in 3-point attempts per game. So not only do they hoist up a lot of 3-point shots, but they make them at a very high rate as well. Again, you look at the adjustments made in terms of the total and what the average total was in the 4 meetings during the regular season and the current total right now. And the books have made a pretty significant adjustment in that regard. And that doesn't shock me because we always anticipate defensive intensity to get ratcheted up during the playoffs, the game being allowed to be more physical. But I think that's too much of an adjustment here. with these two teams, and I don't think because it's the playoffs it's going to matter. I think we're going to see a high-scoring game here. As a result, I like Miami and Charlotte to go over the total.
All right, we're going to move on to the Western Conference. We got the Suns and the Trailblazers. Looks like Dylan Brooks is going to play, so buckle up. This could be a rock fight tonight. Quite a difference in the over-under, you'll notice. We're looking at 10 to 12-point difference for good reason. Trailblazers have been playing really good defense. Little surprised Phoenix minus 3.5 over-under 217. What say you?
Little surprised because you think they should be a favorite or more, Andy? Or
I secretly like this Trailblazers team. I think they're better than people think. If it was me doing this breakdown, I would lean to Portland, and I wouldn't mind a money line sprinkle. But what do you think?
Well, brilliant minds definitely think alike, Andy. So the Suns did not finish the year real strong. They 5-9 straight up and 4-10 against the spread in their last 14, while Portland was the polar opposite, as they went 10-4 straight up and 9-5 against the spread in their last 14. This is a Phoenix team also in their last 18 overall, 8-10 straight up and 6-12 against the spread. So as you can see, they did not finish the year strong, albeit they did knock off the Clippers 135-103, or excuse me, Oklahoma City 135-103 on the road. In the regular season finale is a 7.5-point dog. But the thing I see with Phoenix down the stretch, they'll have a game like that, and they've been inconsistent putting back-to-back games together. As a matter of fact, they have gone 1-5 straight up in their last 6 games following a win in their previous contest. So that speaks to their inconsistency. And the Suns, like I said, off that 135-103 win at Oklahoma City in the regular season finale, and also as a dog of plus 7.5, and the Portland Trailblazers coming off back-to-back wins in their last 2 games. A key win over the LA Clippers. They won that 116-97, and also in the regular season finale, they won at Sacramento 122-110, a game they led by 20 at the half, and then just coasted in the second half. With those results, it qualifies for an NBA betting system that I really like. NBA teams like the Portland Trailblazers coming off back-to-back straight-up wins, each by 10 points or more, and they're facing an opponent like the Suns that are coming off a straight-up underdog win. Those teams like Portland in this situation have gone 71-17 straight up since 2016, 2017. That's 80.7% straight up. And what's even better and gives us more significant betting value is the fact that it backs the underdog, point spread underdog in this case. And again, folks, these NBA betting systems are not trends that stick to specific teams. What I just gave you applies to all NBA teams in specific situation or situations, and that's what that is. So I'm going to go with Portland here, plus 3.5 at Phoenix. And again, my other game, Miami Charlotte, over the total of 228.5, 229.5. I would go as high as 230.
All right, we got a live one here. We got a dog, Dan.
And anybody got to say anything, you let me know. That's my dog.
Let's go, Portland. Let's go, Portland.
Talking about.
Yes. I think Klingon could have a really big night. I really like watching that guy play. I think they got a pretty big advantage inside. So let's roll with Portland tonight there, Ross. Speaking of rolling, $5 Tuesday is today. All handicappers can put up a $5 play. What do you have up, my friend?
Don't have anything up right now, but I will. I'll have a pick in one of these 2 games that aren't the same as what I just gave out, and also have a Major League Baseball $5 winner as well. So, I'm not the kind of guy that thinks I need to race to put out a pick, because the longer the store is open, the better. God bless those of you who do, and some of you are very good at it at our site. I'm not one of those guys. I like to wait, and early afternoon to mid afternoon is my thing, and I'll have something for you then. But if Dan could kindly put up that graphic, I could tell you what I've done in the NBA playoffs since the 2021 NBA playoffs. My playoff premium picks are 149 and 104, 59%, and a net profit of 132.08 units. Folks, that's making a lot of money, hitting at a very high rate, and that's 5 playoff seasons. So when it lasts that long with that kind of volume and making that kind of money with that kind of win percentage, it's no longer a fluke, folks. Big time games are for big time cappers, and I've been doing that for over 2+ decades in this business. And also keep an eye on my Major League Baseball. Off to a slow start this year, although I did have a 4% winner with the Seattle Mariners over their team total of 4.5 yesterday. They had 5 runs by the 5th inning. And last year, 2025, during the regular season, I was number 1 in units earned over at WagerTalk. So a lot of good stuff to look forward to. And we have that summer special going on too right now, Andy. And I sort of forgot the specifics. There we go. Summer Spectacular. All access pass, $749. When it comes to me, folks, you're going to get my NHL playoff premium picks. You're going to get my NBA playoff premium picks, all my 5% best bets right through the finals. And you'll also get all my Major League Baseball premium picks. And this special runs right through August the 31st. So take advantage of that as well.
Awesome stuff, Ross. Summer Spectacular, $5 Tuesday. A lot of great stuff. Go check him out. And let's root for the Sabres and the Trailblazers tonight.
Oh,
Ross.
yeah.
Thank you very much. Have a great Tuesday.
Right, thank you, guys.
Thanks, Ross.
All right, Dan, let's do some edumacation here.
Ooh, educate.
We can go over some of the NBA lines for tonight. I do not see a ton of movement. The only real move is on this over that Ross broke down for you with Miami Charlotte. So there's already 230.5s popping up. Wonder if I can make that any smaller. Sorry, guys.
There you go.
As you can see, there's really not a lot of move. Maybe a little bit of money coming in on Phoenix on the opening number, but nothing huge. The Clippers are taking a little bit of money on tomorrow, but as far as tonight's game, not a whole lot that's going on there. So we can take a look at Major League Weather today. There's a few games that might see just a bit of weather. San Francisco, Cincinnati, Cubs at Philly. Cubs at Philly. Notice the Cubs are one of the stadiums that you do want to pay attention to the wind, and it does look like it's blowing out. So
yeah, they're playing. They are at Citizens Bank. I will say, but Andy, we talked about Citizens Bank already a hitter park, and the wind was blowing out. Plus that humidity, you're seeing possibility of rain delay or layout or rain out. Everything that I'm seeing in the area doesn't. It looks like they'll have plenty of window to play here. Maybe showers roll through or something like that. But humidity super high. We're going to touch 90 in the Philadelphia area today. So runs were aplenty yesterday. Do you just run it back? Maybe so.
All right. Giants at Reds. We mentioned that one. Nationals at Pirates. Potential 13-mile-an-hour winds blowing left to right. And I believe that was a 39% chance Rays. White Sox wind blowing right to left in Chicago. So, and we can go over some of the streaks. And Drew is going to come on and talk about this Mets team who absolutely positively cannot hit right now. Like just they're tough. I'll let Drew get into that one, but
it's bad.
Yeah, they're going through a little bit of a cold stretch, are the Bats. So we'll take a look at some of these totals and see if we got any streaks that are up to 5-0, and we do have a couple. The Reds and the Angels are now up to 5-0. I believe the Angels are now 6-0, going to the over on their games and unders. Nothing really there. So those are your two over teams. And then when we want to look at the run line, you got the Padres, 5 straight wins. on the run line bets. And then if we look at the losses, the Mets and the Yankees. Oh, it's a shame when the two New York teams are ruling five losses.
It's an interesting one because I would say, obviously Drew's going to break down this Mets and Dodgers game, and I think this is one of the best pitching matchups that we've had early on in this season. Team that's already struggling with hits, now they're going to see Yamamoto, but McLean is like a guy who, going back to like this is one of the hotter younger pitchers. So I'm really looking forward to see how Drew breaks that down. Is it, an under type game? Do you maybe isolate in on some team totals that are starting to get inflated? But certainly you're not dealing with any Mets totals that are inflated because, dear God, they're coming off 0 runs last night with a lineup that was already struggling. Andy, real quick, before we get to you at what you've got rocking here for $5 Tuesday, I saw even though he's in Turks and Caicos, our man Carmine Bianco is still telling people to hit that like button. We appreciate you, Carmine, watching from the beach. And I was watching Puck Time. Puck Time comes on right before us, Andy, 11 a.m. Eastern each and every weekday right before us. And his cohort, Andrew McGinnis, completely forgot to drop Carmine's play of the day. And he's going with the Anaheim Ducks. And he's laying the puck line here. So he's laying the goal and a half. He's getting plus 193. The thought process for our man Carmine on this one, because we talked MLB, we talked NBA. I don't believe you have any NHL plays in your all around the world. So here's your NHL quota for the day here, folks. And the thought process here of, instead of playing the money line, which is minus 130, which is fine to play, he's taking the puck line because Minnesota is resting a bunch of players. I'm going to try and pronounce them all. Boldy, Hughes, Eriksson, Faber, Hartman, Kaprizov, Foligno, Zuccarello, and Spurgeon. All of those players will not be on the ice for the Wild tonight. So Carmine says Ducks to roll plus 193. Carmine, we got your back. Even if Andrew can't help you out, we got you here on Wager Talk today. And there's a nice NHL play for you with a guy who's been seeing it well.
So is Carm really on vacation, or is he just in a different place?
Is Carm ever really on vacation?
He's in a lot of chat rooms and posting a lot of plays and doing a lot of work for someone that's on vacation. So, but shout out to Carm.
Laser beam,
buddy. So,
vacation.
You mentioned $5 Tuesday. I got two plays that are up. One is an NBA best bet player prop. We ended the regular season really, really well in NBA. So really happy with that one. Middle of the season was not good. I went through a real tough stretch through December, but we've rallied, seeing it well. I believe 10-4 to close out the year. So there's a player prop that's up for tonight for $5. And then there is a tennis doubles play that is up for $5. It starts tomorrow, so that'll be good through midnight. But you want to lock these doubles plays in and these tennis plays. That is a sport that has just been a real revelation for us this year. So 29-19 this year, up 26 units just in tennis. Most of that the doubles markets. We don't have a lot of volume, but we already have two locked in for this week, and you can get the second one for only $5. So doubles markets continue to be soft. They continue to give us incredible matchups, and we got 4 tournaments to pick from. So that's over at wt.buzz/AL. Nice 12-4 run in tennis. So seeing those sports well. So those were pretty obvious plays that I wanted to have up for $5 Tuesday. So grab them both. Let's cash 2 of them. $10, 2 winners. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, Drew, get on in here. It's baseball time.
The Marlins lid looking good, Drew.
What is up, Dan? What is up, Andy? Always good to be on with you guys, man. And $5 Tuesday, like you were talking, and you were talking about Carmine being around. I mean, welcome to 2026, right? Digital nomads. You can work from wherever. You don't have to just be in your home. So I like it, and I like the grind that man's putting in.
It doesn't stop, Drew. It truly doesn't stop. It's the Carmine Bianco difference. That's for damn sure, brother. Hey, well, second, your Marlins are in second, so we're still allowed to wear the Marlins hat here, sitting at 9-8 there. We'll circle back to that because I want to talk some of these games here with you. Drew on Drew's Daily Diamond loves sprinkling in those late night degenerate bailout specials. He's got a 2-pack for you here, folks. So let's start off by talking this Texas and A's game. because Drew, man, nice series opener here. 4-game set for these, and Texas, they just get to just absolutely roll. In Sacramento, California, serving the Rangers very well as 8-1. They end up getting the win there last night. Is this what we should just expect this whole entire series? This one's lined as essentially a pick'em that you're looking at here. More of the same, or should this be a bigger favorite here for Texas after what we saw in game one? What do you think, Drew?
Yeah, Dan, I mean, you talk about that game one, had the 5% max limit on Texas Rangers. So nice to get that winner, man, and start this series off in Sacramento. I'm actually a fan of these minor league parks. When we saw it in Tampa last season and here in Sacramento, you know, they fill it out. It looks like a nice atmosphere. But getting to this game, yeah, I would keep it rolling on the Rangers. They're actually playing great baseball. They're 5-2 their last 7 against 2 first-place teams coming into this series. In Seattle and the LA Dodgers. So winning that first game 8-1, they're now over 500, and they're up against the 500 team in the Athletics. But when you go back to when they started playing in Sacramento, they're 10 games under 500. For whatever reason, they have not played good baseball in this minor league ballpark. And in this situation, they kind of have a tough schedule spot. And as we get past the 15 game mark here in Major League Baseball, you really want to be paying attention to these schedule spots because they played back-to-back series against the Yankees and the Mets. They played well on the series, but then they had to travel across country with no off day and then play game one against the Texas Rangers. And we've seen in the past, sometimes that lingers over to game 2. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens here. Now, their starter, Jeffrey Springs, he's going to look to play stopper, and he is 2-0 on the season, the 30th rounder out of App State. And he had a great start last time out against the Yankees in that series. The problem is he's up against Mackenzie Gore. I like this southpaw. He was the former number 3 pick in the MLB draft out of high school. He's 2-0. He's got a 25-5 strikeout to walk ratio. He's a guy I'm looking to bet on right now. And I think the Rangers offense carries it over here, scoring 8 runs last night. So we're going to lay a short number. You can get it as low as what, -112 right now, -115, a consensus number. So yeah, give me the first place Texas Rangers over the second place Athletics here in the AL West matchup, Dan.
Yeah, and Drew, one thing that I'll say is I think because the A's came into the series, you mentioned, you know, they have to travel, you know, no rest or anything, but they were on a 5-game win streak before they got absolutely rolled last night. So I think that's kind of getting baked into the price, which is why maybe you're getting a little bit of a discount here with the road team. So I love the thought process there, man. If I was playing this game, I would be back in the road favorite here as well. So I like the breakdown there, Drew. Real quick before we get to game 2, because yeah, Texas had a nice series opener, but yeah, so did the Dodgers, shutting out this Mets offense that everyone loves seeing, the Mets offense right now. But before we talk that game, man, what do you have rocking here as we head on through you know, the continuation of the early season here for MLB? It's been great for you, man, especially seeing it in this kind of midweek action. So $5 Tuesday, what do you got rocking? WT.buzz/DM.
Yeah, got a 4% best bet, discounted to just $5. So looking to carry it over from the winner yesterday. And you can check that out. Yeah, for today, $5 Tuesday. Why not take advantage, guys? And going over the Wednesday card now, Dan, always like to get after it early, right at the openers, try to get some of those best numbers, particularly in the sport of baseball. So going over the Wednesday card now, the pitching matchups, and likely to be in with another 1 or 2, who knows, maybe 3 plays on the hump day card for tomorrow. But yeah, for the clients, that's what we got going. And, you know, Drew's Daily Diamond going daily right here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. Broke down the Cubs and the Phillies, the Marlins and the Braves, and the Rays and the White Sox on today's show. So hopefully a 2-1, if not 3-0 day there for free on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. And then, as with these 2 games, Texas and the Athletics, and the Mets and the Dodgers. So hopefully, you know, a big card that I was looking at. And for the clients, it's just the $5 Tuesday play, Dan.
Yeah, and this isn't a guy in Drew that just dabbles in MLB. You check out Drew's Daily Diamond, the knowledge that the guy brings. He prepares each and every day for that show and giving you those free plays in addition to what he's doing for the clients. Keep it up, Drew. We love it. A great way to see Drew's Daily Diamond. All you got to do, hit subscribe here, folks. All right, Drew. Here's one that, yes, the Mets are playing awful. However, now they're going to be heading to Nolan McLean, which, hey, it hasn't been the pitching that's really been the horrible issue here for the Mets. It does seem to me with McLean and Yamamoto, this is just what you get priced with the LA Dodgers, right? LA Dodgers 9 times out of 10, or very often, not 9 times out of 10, but you're going to see them as $2 favorites, minus 180 favorites. Even with how bad the Mets are playing, man, I like this McLean. So this feels a little bit rich for me. If the Mets are going to bounce back, do it with your young stud pitcher who, going back to last year, 2 or fewer earned runs in 10 of his 11 career starts going back to last year. So I think this guy's best days are only to come, and he's had some pretty damn good days. So thoughts here, Mets, Dodgers. I love this pitching matchup, man.
It really is. It's kind of a sleeper pitching matchup because a lot of people wouldn't notice Nolan McLean, like you're talking about, the 3rd rounder out of Oklahoma State Cowboys. And he's kind of lit it up here. These guys that get picked in the MLB draft and then just like 1 year following are already getting a taste in Major League Baseball. Those are guys I like to circle, Dan, and he's one of them because the organization sees him. You see him. He only pitched a couple games in single A, right to double A, and then right to the major league level. So that's telling you what they think of him, putting him up there that quickly. And it's worked out. I mean, he's 1-1 on the season, 2.7 ERA. His numbers are solid. Problem with betting him in this situation is, one, it's the Dodgers. And working into that, his first 3 lineups were the Pirates, the Diamondbacks, and the Giants. 2 of those 3 lineups are bottom 5 in baseball by a lot of metrics. So he's taking a big step up in class on the road here, and he's got to trust an offense. Talking about his own offense, the Mets, by a lot of metrics, are bottom 5 so far for the full season. If you go by weighted runs created plus, if you go by team OPS, I believe they're bottom 3. And they're ice cold. They've scored 0 runs their last 20 innings. So trusting them here against Yamamoto, the 27-year-old out of Japan, that's pretty much as consistent as you get. You even go back to last year, but we'll just go off his 3 starts this season. 6 innings, either 1 earned or 2 earned in all 3 starts. And we get the Dodgers here, 12-4, the number 1 record in baseball. Playing 750 ball right now, plus almost 40 in terms of their run differential, how much they're scoring over their opponent. You brought up the price, minus 200 here. It's just not something I do in Major League Baseball a lot. People don't want to pay for picks and then be told, hey, lay $2. It's something I think even, getting it for free on a video. With the home team, something I like to do here is not lay the run line, but lay the -1 line, and you can get it down to -1, -140 on the Dodgers. Therefore, if they only win by 1 run, as the home team, you only have 8 at-bats with your opponent getting 9 at-bats. So if you only win by 1 run, you still push on your bet. I like doing that with home teams in baseball. So -1, -140, Dodgers over the Mets, last game up tonight.
And that is why we love it when Drew Martin is on. I'm here gushing about this young pitcher, and Drew's like, yeah, but look at the lineups he's faced, man. He's facing the freaking Dodgers. I love it, man. I appreciate the breakdown, and I also like the little tip there for you folks. Obviously, you don't want to lay that big money line, but you don't want to lay the 1.5. But break it up. There's the green book that offers those -1s that can bring that juice down there for you a little bit, or you split up your wager in 2 different ways. So teach a man to fish moment there for you, Drew. Always appreciate you coming on here, man. Best of luck. Check out Drew's Daily Diamond and keep the runs going, brother. Nice cash on the 5%er. Let's make it another one tonight, baby.
Thanks, Dan. And yeah, on the -1, we're starting to see a lot of these books come out. Even like the exchanges come out with the -1 line. So I bet you it's going to be a market that grows even more. But yeah, that's a great point. You can also split the bet as well on the money line and the run line. So yeah, great stuff, Dan. Always fun with you guys. Have a good one, Andy. Cash the tickets, boys.
Keep cashing, Drew. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, I love it. And I was just trying to say something nice about the Mets. You know what I mean? Jermaine, the Mets are terrible. Even the Philly guys, like, man, they really do suck, huh? So I was trying to find a sliver to maybe make a case for the Mets.
So baseball can just be so infuriating. So like you have the under in the Phillies, and all of a sudden they just decide we're just going to have our best offensive game of the season.
Sucking.
And you're like, yeah, after just like terrible. So we had a pitcher prop. Gavin Williams under 4.5 hits. All right. He goes 5 innings, 92 pitches, and he's allowed 4 hits. So he's done, right? 92 pitches through 5 innings. They're up 4-1. I just turned the game off. Check in later to see they trot him out for the 6th inning. He throws 1 pitch that gets blasted for a home run, and then they pull him.
Thanks for your service. Thank you.
It probably was an 85-mile-an-hour grapefruit. Just like he might as well just underhanded it to him. So yeah, like I just some of these a couple guys lost a NASCAR race because their crew chief made a horrible call at the end. Like coaching matters in like every single sport. So yeah,
dude, and that's the things that sometimes you just can't handicap for. You know what I mean?
92 pitches through 5, we got 4 hits. You're okay, done. You're up 4-1. You did your job. Thank you very much. Why am I going to put more wear and tear on this guy? He's been pitching great this season. No, let him go out and throw 1 pitch that gets blasted.
Yeah.
So.
And when you're handicapping, like, dude, that's why bankroll management is so important, because it's occupational hazards. Sometimes coaching decisions are just a handicapper's occupational hazard. Yeah, you have to have it built in that you're going to get screwed by that. You know,
I was so proud of myself. I was like, "Oh, what a great handicap!"
Like,
he got over 90 pitches. He got through the 5th inning. We're under 4.5. Like I'm thinking I did my job. What a great play! Yeah. No, go out there and ruin your ERA. So, all right. Well, let's move forward. Let's go all around the world here. I went with a couple plays here in the games tonight here. So we'll take a couple over 1.5 3-pointers. Scoot Henderson over 1.5 made threes. Scoot he was seen as a bust. He's starting to play well. There might be something there with Scoot. He's gone over in 5 out of the last 6. He's getting 6.2 shot attempts recently, shooting 39%. And Phoenix is pretty good on defense when healthy. But I think the focus of this defense, it's got to be on Kamara and Avdia. It's got to be on those two guys, especially Avdia. Avdia is the guy that can drop 30, 35 on you. So if you're going to leave somebody open, you don't want to leave people open, but I actually think it's Scoot. I think Scoot might be the guy that gets a lot of open shots. Phoenix they're good against 3-point defense, except against point guards. They're 16th in 3-point percentage defense to point guard. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Scoot Henderson doesn't get a lot of the attention, and he makes a couple threes. And then this one, Dan, is plus 150. Grant Williams over 1.5 made threes. He's been one of the really nice pieces for Charlotte. Which is just a really big surprise. And you can take him over 1.5 made threes. He's gone over against Miami in 2 games in March. He had a couple of those. He's playing 20 minutes per game. He's gone over in 6 out of the last 7. So his role is pretty solidified. And this guy's got experience in the playoffs, so I don't think Charlotte's going to be upset if he's been shooting. So, Scoot Henderson over his threes, Grant Williams over threes. If you don't want to take the over 1.5 threes, you could just change that to the 5.5 points. So,
love it.
Yeah, Lexi did a great job with that.
One of my favorites.
It's really good. Me floating around in space in the spacesuit. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it for the show today. We will be recording the cut line right after this. So the golf show will be up for this week's Stacked Field RBC Heritage. I'll be recording the prop line here a little bit later. We got some same game parlays. We got our play of the day there and some other props. So appreciate you guys joining us again. $5 Tuesday. Get as many as you feel comfortable with. There's a lot of great plays out there. And I think we got some really good ones up on the website. So bet responsibly. We don't want to have too much of our bankroll on a Tuesday, but go grab those plays. And we're going to be back same time, same place tomorrow. Good luck on all your bets. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.